Hey, what's going on Facebook and YouTube? And welcome to the party Instagram. I really hope y'all can hear me because I'm in the hotel lobby and oh gosh, I don't know if y'all can hear this music. I really hope not. Anyway, I just wanted to jump on right quick because I'm still on such a high from the recession proof meetup. Shout out to Sydney for hosting a wonderful event. It was great to see the fam and everybody. But I'm not going to be asleep probably for a while because there was so much going on. And I was talking with my little bro JR, and this topic came up about credit unions and banks and things of that nature. And so I recently did an app sequence from the beginning of May, and I had like 2 or 3 credit unions in there that were a part of my credit card app sequence run. And the reason being is because there are way too many people who have only like one bank account, and I get it. Like, I used to only have one bank account because I had been with them for years and I didn't have any issues and I didn't have any problems and anything like that. But let me tell you something, it's never a problem until it is, okay? So I'm gonna tell y'all a story right quick about how I found myself off the grid with respect to banking, which I don't know if y'all know, but you can go to YouTube and look up like how many people are doing off the grid banking. Like, they have to do everything through check cashing places or in cash or with like prepaid cards. It's extremely inconvenient, not to mention expensive. So you never want to find yourself off the grid. A lot of people are afraid of credit cards because they know that if they get caught in a bind and a pickle in life, they don't want to run those credit cards up, or if they lose their job, they can't keep up with the payments. But they don't really think about that with respect to their bank accounts. So you should never have just one bank account. So I'm gonna tell y'all guys my story right quick about how that was a big problem with me. So I was with Wells Fargo since they were Wachovia. Many of y'all don't even know. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm not going to look at the comments or address the comments so that I can stay focused because I'm trying to do shorter lives, okay? So I was with Wells Fargo since they were Wachovia, right? And I had a student account under my, at the time, he was my husband, now my ex-husband. So I had a student account underneath his account. We didn't do joint accounts. So all was well until it wasn't. Around 2014, I lost my job, and I wasn't, using my card a lot because wasn't no money coming in. But every now and then, I was doing like Uber and Lyft, so I would have like daily deposits, but they weren't that much. And life happens. There were things I needed like gas, like food, and something happened and I miscalculated something or it didn't hit right. And one time my account went negative. And it went negative, like, I want to say, it wasn't that much. I know it was under $50, but I can't remember. This is years ago. I want to say it was like $30 or something. So my account went negative. I'm trying to make, oh my gosh, ooh, crazy. A grown behind woman who doesn't even have $30, right? I'm trying to make $30 just to bring my account to zero. Just to be not negative. Trouble don't last always, y'all. Thank you, Lord, that's over. So yeah, I'm trying to like drive Uber and Lyft to bring my account just to zero, so that I can be in a profit mode. Well, because my account was connected to, at that time, my husband's account, and it was a student account, if the bank gonna get their money, okay? So if they don't get it from you and you don't put it in enough time, what they're gonna do is they're gonna take it from the bank account that it's linked to. So they pulled the money from his bank account. Well, homie didn't like that. So he told them to shut my account down. So now when I get paid for Uber and Lyft, I don't have a way to get paid because it's linked to that account. Now I'm off the grid. I have no way to actually receive funds. I have no way to send funds. I have no way to do anything. But do I? It was like, oh my gosh, it was nothing but God that one day I got a notification from another bank that I had completely forgotten about. So I've had a lot of jobs in my lifetime, y'all. And believe it or not, one of those jobs was selling cars for Nissan. It didn't last long because I made more friends than I made sales. But the great thing about that job, you never know. Like in the moment, you never know how impactful something is going to be to you until much, much later. So when I signed on at Nissan, an orientation, they had some people come in, and one of the people that came in to talk to us was this bank that I never heard of before. And they were like, we have a partnership with Nissan, so if y'all want a bank account, just fill out this form. And I just was like, what the heck? And I filled it out. I hadn't done anything with it. Yeah, 2014, I lost my job. 2015, I started working. Was that 2015? No. I don't know. The dates are all messed up. But that second checking account, I had not used. I had never deposited 1 cent in it. It was great too because they didn't charge me anything for it. But I had completely forgotten about it until one day I remembered. And y'all, I went to try to access it, and I was able to access it, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. Now I was able to link Uber and Lyft so that I could do direct deposits and try to get myself out of this hole. Like I was completely on my own. And in that short period of time between my husband shutting down my Wells Fargo account and me remembering about that second account, in that short period of time, when I say it was extremely difficult to navigate financially, I don't wish that on anybody, because it's one thing not to have money, but it's another thing to have people asking you like, well, how can I pay you? Or to waste money in gas, in time, because you're standing in line trying to get money into your hand physically, to not be able to just log onto your account and say, take the money from this account and that account because you only have cash. I don't wish that for any of y'all. So I'm telling you right now, and shout out to the Recession Proof family, because they are really teaching me so much about money. It's not even funny. So I did an app sequence run at the beginning of this month, May. Very successful, might I say. And I included a few credit unions in there. What you want to do, guys, is you want to have, please don't have just one bank account. Extend your options. I'm in love with options, okay? So you're gonna have a bank account with a major bank, a big bank like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, something like that. Then you want to have a mid-sized bank, right? Like a PNC, and PNC is actually kind of big, but you want to have like a mid-sized bank, and then you want to really go like niche. You want to go regional, banks that are only in your area. Credit unions. Credit unions have deep pockets, and they're often very generous. And so what you want to do is you want to open up different bank accounts. Keep in mind, you really need to be listening to my tips about inquiries, and that's why I built relationships with these new banks that I have in my portfolio during an app sequence run. All right, because I'm paying attention to how many inquiries are hitting the credit bureaus to make sure that my score is where I need it to be. And of course, I know how to fix that if it's not. But I'm just saying, for the standard person, you want to be strategic about everything that you're doing. But you want to have a top tier bank, mid-sized, and then your credit unions and your regional ones. Right now, I have 5 banks and credit unions. And then what I do is I'll open up the account, and and for those of you who like to travel, this is great because you can have different accounts with one bank, but why not have different accounts with different banks, right? So if you want a travel account or a Christmas account or an account for, I don't care, clothes, whatever, open it up with different banks. Build relationships with those different banks. That saying, out of sight, out of mind, it is so true. I have money in places that I forget about. Not for long, but because I ain't got like that yet. But I have my 2 primary accounts that I check on all my accounts all the time. Hopefully y'all do too. Check on all your accounts all the time. I check my credit every day. And what you want to do when you open up those bank accounts and those credit unions, put like $1,000 minimum in it as soon as possible, and then just don't touch it. Just use it as it's just a tool. It's just bargaining. So then when you go to them for a credit card, for an auto loan, for a home mortgage, for whatever, now you have some type of bargaining power. Now you have some talking points. Hey, I opened up an account with you guys. I'm looking to further the relationship that I started with you at XYZ time. As you can see, I put $1,000 in. I haven't touched it. I don't really need to utilize this bank, but I would like to because I like how you boo. And I was really looking to okay, I'm gonna have to get to that message later. I was really looking to extend the relationship. You gotta know how to talk to the banks, because trust me, the banks want your money, and they really want your money if you are not hurting for money. Okay, so if your account is low or negative, they ain't trying to mess with you. But if you just sit some money there, it doesn't even have to be 1,000. It could be 500. Just sit it there and then don't touch it, and they know, oh, she doesn't really need it. Oh, y'all will be surprised. I'm telling you from experience, you will be surprised at what they do for you. And especially when you're initially applying with the bank, talk to the bank ahead of time. Don't be afraid to ask them questions. That's what they're there for. They're there to service you. Okay, I have to go because here come loud. But that's what they're here for. They're here to service you. Okay? So what you want to do is when you apply to the bank, reach out to them ahead of time and say, hey, listen, I've been looking up your bank. I like how y'all or this rewards program or that fee structure works with my lifestyle. I want to open up an account with you guys. Ask them ahead of time, what bureaus do you pull from, and how can I get the most from this inquiry that's about to hit my report. You'll be surprised. Sometimes, and a closed mouth doesn't get fed. So if you do not ask this, then you will not know if they might be able to give you 3 products with 1 hit. I'm telling y'all, and if you want to take that hit on your credit report, bitch, you better make it worth it. Why wouldn't you? So open your mouth, talk, get some banks by the end of the year. I know for a fact I have 5 banks and credit unions now. By the end of the year, I will have 10 that I'm building relationships. Why? That's too much, Kim. Okay, maybe it's too much for you. It's not too much for me though, because I know what my plans are for, what year are we in? 2021? Yeah. I know what my plans are for 2022, and I know how I'm setting myself up for business funding. That takes some things that you have to do on the personal funding side first. And I also know some other plays that I have from the recession-proof fam that I want to not just put into practice, but scale up within the next 24 months. So that's going to require me to have, again, a few options. If a bank tells me no, or they tell me something that I don't want to hear, I want a few other banks to pull from. And again, when I go to them, I'm not going to them just hoping and praying that they give me what I want. I'm going to them with a strategy like, hey, I had this amount for X amount of time, so what we gonna do? Are we gonna run this together? We gonna be bad fellows or not? Or am I gonna have to take my money out and put it with some of the other banks I have? So anyway, it's getting kind of loud now. A lot of clubs are closing in Atlanta, and people are coming back to their home away from home. So let me shut this down. I hope you guys found this helpful. Again, please do not just have one bank account. I know you might love your bank, but trust me, life happens, and if something happens and your bank account gets shut down, or I've even had identity theft issues before where my whole bank account got locked up because somebody stole my account number somehow and did transactions. What do you do when you wake up and you see charges that you didn't put on, and you call the bank for help and they freeze everything while they investigate? What do you do? You cannot just have one bank account, y'all, okay? That's no way to operate. You're putting yourself in a corner that you don't want to be in, okay? And if you really want to build wealth, you want to build relationships with as many banks and credit unions as possible. And just because you're with a bank or a credit union, don't just take what they say, as the gospel. Ask them about their products. Just because you have a relationship with them doesn't mean their mortgage broker, the mortgage link, that doesn't mean you need to get a home mortgage with them. That doesn't mean you need to get your auto refinance through them. It is a wonderful thing to have options and to look at a plethora of banks and compare and contrast, and basically to tell one bank, hey, this credit union is offering me this. Can you beat that? And man, hit that ball in their court and see what they're talking about. It's so much better than, I'm just trying to get a car. Can you help me? They can help you, but what if the interest rate is whack? What if you're paying so much more for the car than you have to? always go with you know, a few tools in your tool. Always have a few tools in your toolkit, in your tool belt, a few things in your arsenal, and know what you're talking about. It will build your confidence, and it will build your currency, baby. All right? So what did y'all think about this live? Tell me down below if I helped you out at all. If you thought about this, if you have multiple bank accounts, I want to know all that information. And y'all, please be aware that when I do these lives, if you jump in my inbox, I'm no longer at the point where I can answer one-on-one questions. I'm actually setting up something now because I'm having to move to, you're going to have to pay me for my time. That's just what it is. I don't mean no harm. But the information I'm sharing with you guys is information that I paid for. It's information that I invest a lot of time. Like I said, I came from Savannah to Atlanta, got a hotel, all this just for a meetup. I know people who don't do this ever. And I just was with these people a month ago in Miami. So I invest a lot of time and money into getting this information. I love sharing it, but it's not smart for me to talk to you on a one-on-one basis and clear up anything that you have questions about. You will have to pay me for my time. So if you get in my inbox and say, I got a question about what you said, be prepared to say, where's the link for me to pay, or what's your Zelle, okay? All right, just real talk, because I don't want y'all to be mad when I don't answer you. I'm getting too many messages now. So I'm gonna go back to my room and go through my courses. I have some courses that I have to take notes on. I'm excited about that though. I know I'm such a nerd, but I am excited about it. So I will talk to y'all later. Who knows? It might be in a few hours, because today I got time, cuz. Today I got time, cuz, in honor of Lovely T. That's her intro song. So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. And here first.